What's going on, boys? It's She's Way. It is currently 3 a.m. in the morning. I have work in 2 hours, so that'll be an interesting sleep. So, it's the actual end of Chapter 4. I know I made a video on it, like, a month ago. I would play build mode, but I already know how much of a headache that's going to be. So, let's just get our last game of the Chapter 1 map, probably ever, out of the way. As you guys can see, I'm repping the Omni-Man skin because right now there's a trend on Twitter. It's known as the Omniverse. I happen to be a part of it. My name is Omni_Purple_Man, where I'm basically a William Afton version of Omni-Man. There may or may not be a video about that coming out soon, but we'll end up having to see. I'm sorry if I sound weird. It's because I'm genuinely tired and I'm ready to go to sleep. I just got done doing an essay because I needed to get that done and out of the way. And with that out of the way, then we've got this. I've been doing a lot of Call of Duty on the side. You'll end up seeing videos about those coming out soon. I forgot to mention, if it wasn't obvious, due to a lot of things going on with this event, I've decided to cancel the Erebus Files. For those of you who don't know, the Erebus Files was originally intended to be a cool little side mode that I was planning. It was essentially going to be the story of a looped version of She's Way. And I do plan on expanding upon that story and actually trying to make it sound interesting, but as it currently stands, I was not too happy with the script I had written out, and due to the actual game being copyrighted, from what I understand, from what I heard, you can't get that video monetized if you happen to use it, and I feel like it would be a little cut and dry if I had ended the video of the Erebus Files going into the event and then made you go and click on another video. Oh yeah, I forgot. I've got all of my challenges done in this game. Well, no, I still have milestones, so let's complete the final milestones of the season. I just have to upload. I don't think I can complete them all in one game. Eliminate an opponent at Tilted Towers. Why not? This could be the last time we get to see Tilted Towers, so I might as well. Look at this map, dude. It is... Don't get me wrong. I haven't really had the most fun this season playing Fortnite. That's why you haven't seen any videos of it. That's because I'm not really, as much as I love nostalgia as the next guy, I'm not the biggest fan of this map. I really did love the time that I spent on it when I originally got to play on it, but I, unlike many other people, I have a lot of appreciation for Chapter 2 and Chapter 3's maps. However, I do have to say goodbye to this map for one last time because I figure this might be the last time we ever get to see it. As we've been told, going into the next season, it's not going to be a thing anymore. So, that'll be interesting. Now the question is, can I get a victory royale? Chances are, no, but I'm definitely going to try because it would be so awesome to get one last victory royale. But the problem is that Fortnite games usually take about like 20 minutes, so I don't know if I have the kind of time to do that. I just wanted to take a second and tell you guys how much I've appreciated this past year. In case you guys didn't know, just a few days ago on November 16th, I hadn't made a video about it because the video I had planned was a much more like sad video, and so I decided not to go with it. But I really do want to thank you guys for a year of awesome She's Way shenanigans. I've really enjoyed my time that I've gotten to spend as a content creator for all of you, and I hope that going forward you'll still continue to watch and support me. I just wanted to let you know that if anyone was afraid that I was going to stop making content or anything like that, you have nothing to worry about, I promise you. She's Way is going nowhere. If anything, things might get better going forward. I've had an idea of getting an updated model sometime soon. I have an entire Call of Duty series that I have to release because I've currently been trying to get Interstellar before Season 1 starts up, which is this Thursday is when Season 1 comes out, and I don't even have my SMGs, ARs all complete yet. I'm currently on shotguns, already have multiple of my LMGs already leveled up. I'm going to try and finish that out and get all of those videos uploaded. They won't be uploaded before Season 1, but I will have Interstellar before Season 1. That is my goal. Once I have that, you can expect to see me go get Borealis going into Season 1, as well as some Season 1 shenanigans. I'm on the verge of getting the Black Cell operator so that way I can skip halfway through the battle pass, because I figure that'll be a pretty nice change of pace. I have a few Five Nights at Freddy's videos, as I've told you before. I've actually added a few more because of a tweet that I saw going around about a new motivation for William Afton. Fuck. Damn it. I really do suck at this game. You'd think, after 5 years of playing this game, that I would know how to be good at it, but I'm just not. It really is amazing to see how far this series has gone, and how things have really changed. We haven't gotten like full confirmation of what's going to happen next within Fortnite, but from what it sounds like, it genuinely is going to be Fortnite 2 going forward, in which it'll start making more of a focus on alternative game modes than just Battle Royale, which probably means we're going to start getting weekly challenges about going into the racing mode and going into the music mode and things of that sort. And we've had challenges for events, but this means that it'll be more integral. It means that when we go to get weekly challenges, it'll no longer be just Battle Royale challenges. We'll start getting challenges for those alternative modes. And that's something that I've wanted for a very long time, because as it's felt for the past few years, you have to be a Battle Royale player if you wanted to actually get any good work done on your Battle Pass and things of that sort. Otherwise, you'd just be playing creative modes for a few hours, and it's just genuinely not as fun because there's no focus directly on those modes. They feel like secondary modes and not their own individual games. A video that I've been putting off is discussing why I don't think Fortnite is really the metaverse that it is attempting to be. As it currently stands, I think Epic Games is going through a bit of an identity crisis about whether or not it wants to be identified as Fortnite or Epic Games, and we'll end up having to see where that goes, and if I end up making a video about that. I know a lot of people aren't going to be too interested in my opinions on that because I'm a very big supporter of the metaverse. I'm someone that likes Ready Player One. I genuinely like the reality of all of us being connected by one social platform that allows us to just hang out with anybody that we want, create whatever avatars we want, create whatever experiences we want. And as it currently stands, we just don't have that. But I suppose that is a video for another day. Meanwhile, you're going to definitely see me react to the Battle Pass, which has already been leaked going into Chapter 5, and you can definitely expect some Chapter 5 videos going into Chapter 5, because the whole She's Away Returns thing was not just talking about only the Erebus files. It was genuinely that I plan on making Fortnite one of my games that I play normally again. For how long, I don't particularly know. It just depends on my actual interest in the series. But as it currently stands, I plan on trying to reintegrate Fortnite into one of my normal series. I asked a lot of you over in the community tab whether or not you wanted to see She's Away disperse into multiple different channels, so that way people that are into the Five Nights at Freddy's content wasn't getting stuck with the Call of Duty content. But as it currently stands, it's close to a 50-50 split, but it's more leaning towards one unified She's Away channel, which I figure has to do with the fact that when you have multiple channels, that means that those certain channels are going to have a lot less quality put in them, and I don't want it to feel like I'm only focusing on certain channels. I want everyone to feel included in a way. I don't want it to seem like, oh, if you're not a Five Nights at Freddy's enjoyer, then you're not getting as good as content as the Five Nights at Freddy's viewers. But I also don't want all of the content to suffer just from the decision of splitting channels. I've been trying to think of a way that I could somehow make it to where, like, creating a schedule so that way there's certain days that certain videos come out, so that way you know when your content comes out, which I feel like is the best method. So that way you can, oh, it's Saturday, then that means that these sets of videos are coming out, so that way you know what day to show up and expect a video. The only issue with that is that I have a really big problem with setting up schedules, in case you hadn't noticed. I haven't streamed for like the past 3 days because I, for some reason, actually dread streaming. I just don't feel very comfortable sitting there alone by myself as I play games with the occasional person showing up and not making... And that's nothing against lurkers. I love lurkers, but I just don't feel comfortable speaking to myself the entire time. Because to be quite honest with you, I'm not that entertaining on the fly, and it's something that I need to develop. Overall, I think I'm going to attempt to do collaborations and hanging out with other people during streams, because that's the only way that I could genuinely feel like I'm having a social interaction, and then also be able to incorporate the rest of you with it. But the problem is that a lot of the people that I would collaborate with don't really have streamer etiquette, which is a way of saying that they curse like sailors and say some things that could potentially get them removed off of any platform. And that's not something that I particularly want to happen. It is actually insane to think about how much this game has had an impact on my life. Fortnite is one of the building blocks to creating what is the Duodecilerverse now, as it was a sort of a Fortnite-esque. I like to give Five Nights at Freddy's a lot of the credit, but Five Nights at Freddy's simply led to the creation of one of my original characters, and that original character is what inspired the existence of the Duodecilerverse. However, Fortnite also deserves an awful lot of credit, given the fact that if it weren't for Fortnite, I would have never thought about making the Duodecilerverse in the first place. As it's the existence of it being the 0 point. It's the beginning of all realities. That is what made me create the Duodecilerverse in the first place. And if it weren't for Fortnite, I would have never cared too much about Call of Duty. And without Call of Duty, the existence of Mute Merc would have never happened, and without the existence of Mute Merc, the Cheeseway would have never happened. It really is crazy to think about how much went into the existence of my channel that it stands now, and how much I can't explain how appreciative I am of everything that's gotten me to this point. And I genuinely believe that going forward, things will only get better. I do have to get a hold of my life, because as it currently stands, I am, let's just say, real life things are not doing too, hot. And when I say that, I mean my work ethic has been down the drain, if it was not obvious. And I genuinely think it's about time that I start actually working on that. Not only for YouTube, but for physical work and for school projects. Because as it currently stands, I'm not doing too good in any of those categories. And I wanted to thank you. I don't say this enough, but I genuinely appreciate every single one of you that actually take the time out of their day to watch these videos. Regardless of if this video got the thousands of views that my theory videos get, or get somewhere near 15 views like my last video got. Although it can be easy to get lost in the numbers, and trust me, I do often get lost in the numbers, it can be hard to remember sometimes that those numbers still represent a person regardless of whether they're high or low. You guys are taking the time out of your day to actually sit here and watch me, which is incredible that you would decide to use your precious time that is extremely limited, to watch some weirdo on the internet talk about Five Nights at Freddy's and play Call of Duty. So again, thank you for everything, for putting me in such a position that I currently am, and for genuinely showing me that my content is wanted, and that you guys want to genuinely see more from me. And I hope going forward that I'm able to be the person that you genuinely want to see from me. The last thing I want to do is to leave you all in the dust and just stop releasing content and graduate and never release a video ever again. That's not fair to any of you that have spent your time watching my videos and watching me grow. I would much rather have people hate me in this world than to give up on the people that genuinely care. And that's not to say that I don't have my fair share of controversies, and trust me, with one of my current Five Nights at Freddy's theories that I'm developing, it might spark some things to come back, and genuinely that experience has left me worried about uploading anything Five Nights at Freddy's related for a while, out of fear that somehow I'm going to mess up again, that somehow I'm going to disappoint people again, even though it seems like such a simple mistake to keep from happening. I've always had this horrible thing of taking things out of proportion. And it's hard not to And it's hard for me not to just think every time that I go to write down a Five Nights at Freddy's script about whether or not I'm going to end up being how people are actually going to end up taking that video. And that's not me complaining or anything. That was completely my fault, and it's something that I've learned from, and it's something I plan on moving on from. And you can very clearly tell that it was something that had a major impact on me, and it's something that I genuinely want to improve from. And I know there will be people that'll hate me regardless, and that's something that I have to come to terms with. When it comes to these kinds of positions, there will always be people that hate me. However, for those of you however, there are people out there that are just disappointed with how I treated that situation and want to genuinely see me improve and become a better person. And it would be completely rude to those people to just completely give up and act as if I had done nothing wrong. Overall, I'm genuinely appreciative of every single one of you. And I really do hope that you guys will continue coming back time and time again to come hang out with me, whether it be just one or two, or maybe an entire series. I want to put much more effort and time into making videos that are genuinely worth your time to watch. And remember, if you have any criticisms or anything you want to see me cover, things like that sort, never be afraid to ask. I have a Discord server. All of my DMs, to my knowledge, on every platform are open. If you want to contact me about anything, you can, whether that be collabs or ideas or just things that you think I could do better going forward. Because at the end of the day, I'm only human and I can't read people. I don't want people to be afraid that nothing they say will ever change my mind on a specific subject, because I'm human. And sure, my ego can definitely get in the way, but sometimes you have to sit back and actually accept the fact that you can be wrong. With that being said, there are 5 more people left in this game. I think it's time for me to go get the last victory royale of the season. And if I don't get it, I guess that's just humbling to me. It's gonna be such a pain in the ass waking up tomorrow when I only have an extra. Because I've been sleeping, it would probably be around 5 hours of sleep I would have gotten, because I slept from like 7 to 9. No, that would have been 2. And then 2. Yeah, it'd be 5 hours. Only 5 hours of sleep. I don't know how to feel about that. If you guys are ever interested in showing up in any of my Fortnite videos, or, you know, whether that be collabing or just hanging out in general, you guys can leave your epics inside of the comments below. I might end up inviting some of you to come play with me on stream. If some of you guys are interested in If any of you guys are interested in playing with me yourselves, then make sure to come by stream. I try to stream on Thursdays, even though I've been pretty late on that. Obviously, as we talked about, I've been procrastinating actually streaming. But when I do eventually get back into the habit of streaming, I do stream on Thursdays. And if you guys come and hang out with me, you guys can come and play Fortnite, Call of Duty, or whatever game I happen to be playing at the time with me. Close. 1 health, dude. I am so screwed. 2 people left in this game. Do you think I can do it? I'm currently at 90 with overshield, so I definitely need some heals as soon as I can find them. $77. What the fuck? And that's game. Last game of the season. 3rd place. It is what it is. Sometimes you lose, but I know that tomorrow I'll be able to pick myself back up again. I will see you guys in the next video. And hopefully, some more after that. Matane.